Bingies. Welcome to the BingeWorthy podcast, part of the Geekish Network. My name is Randy, and I've got a dynamic group of co-hosts here. My first co-host is Miss Courtney Scott, right? Say what's up to the people, Courtney.
Hello, hello.
My next co-host is, you know him as Luke from the Ville, Rakai. Say what's up to the people, good sir.
Hello, Governor.
And batting cleanup, Chuck Babb. Let them know who you are, good sir.
What it do, people? What it do?
And we are the Binge-Worthy Podcast, again, part of the Geekish Network. The premise of our show is that each week we will binge watch an entire series to let you know if you should. Now, today we will be reviewing The Bad Batch Season 3. The series tells us the stories of clones from the end of the Clone Wars, including how some began to question Order 66, how the Empire phased out the clone army in favor of conscripted stormtroopers, and how Imperial cloning resources are being redirected to Project Necromancer. Today, what we're going to do is with our show is at the beginning, we will rate it using our unique binge-worthy scale. Then we engage in conversation. And at the end of the show, we will re-rate it. Now, nobody knows how anybody has rated The Bad Batch Season 3 except my technical director. So right now I'm going to turn to Rodney. Rodney, can you put how the binge-worthy crew rated The Bad Batch Season 3 on the screen? So we got, we got some interesting things. We got two full meals and two mini meals. All right, I like it. All right, this will make for interesting conversation.
Smith's at 3.5 and it rounds up to a full meal.
Yep, we will round it up to a full meal.
You being fast with the math over there, like.
Yeah.
That was easy math. So
Ricardo's always fast with the math, right? He's always that way. I tried to him. He'd be like, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, you do. But if you want me to go through the calculator, I'll go ahead. I'll go through the exercise if you just want me to. All right. Okay, so let's talk about it. I want to start with you, Chuck. We are in Season 3. We've had 2 other seasons. So I want to ask you, what do you think about the quality of the animation for Season 3 as opposed to our first 2 seasons? Have we seen improvements? Has it remained stagnant? What are your thoughts?
It's about the same. It's interesting because I know another studio finished this. It wasn't the Singapore studio because the Singapore studio doesn't exist any longer.
That's right. They shut it down, didn't they?
They did shut it down.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting. It is similar. It's the same. The coloring in this is more mute than it was in other seasons. Like you can tell the difference of the muting in color is when they went to the hideout place they were staying at and how bright and beautiful that place looked. But most of it seemed dreary and dark. Like the tone was dark. And it made me say, who in the hell works for the Empire to be in all this darkness all the time? It's like, I'm going to go work for the Empire. Let me move to Seattle. And then it's like a Seattle 24 hours a day. It's like, who does this? Who chooses? No offense to people in Seattle, but who makes the choice to say, you know what I need in my life? Rain 360 days of the year. Yeah, storm and rain.
Warside, it always looks beautiful, right? And everything that we see. It's the other areas across the Empire.
Man, all the movies being made in the Empire never had croissant. All the movies in the Empire are in the darkest places of this galaxy. It's like, why is everybody man, I don't know. If I'm gonna be rich and evil, I want a yacht. I want to be on a boat in Miami.
We're not saying that they're rich.
The Empire's out here making the galaxy great again. They go to the smallest, most rural, dark places.
Like even when they made the Death Star, right? The Death Star is out here by himself. You got all these hardworking people just trying to feed their families, making the Death Star. Most of them immigrants in the galaxy, and it's dark.
Let me tell y'all something. It's a pipeline between Tatooine and the Empire, because they like, we gonna get the people that ain't got nothing to lose.
Yep, I bet none of them contractors got paid or nothing.
Nope. And Luke killed them all.
And they were hiring people to build the Death Star in jail. They were literally arresting
I
people.
mean,
And
that was
what's it
Andor,
called?
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Andor, right.
That's what Andor was about. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Like I said,
I'm
they're
just
making the
saying.
galaxy great again.
It,
Sounds the
it was
same.
very dark. It was very dark. I mean, I'm watching them walk around on that prison planet, and Hemlock had no problems with it. I did like the characterizations of their facial expressions and all the animation, though. I mean, they were really nice. It stuck with the anime style, their animation style, and it was really good. And I've never realized how good it was, and I kept looking at Nala because Nala's really weird looking. She's a weird looking alien. She's like an ostrich, but ostrich meets Sade. It's really weird.
So not a
I'm
lot of improvement.
dead.
And
I'm
I'm glad
dead.
Wow.
You said
And the
ostrich.
and the crazy thing is that was a pretty accurate
Okay.
description, though. That
Yeah,
was
she's like an
It
crazy.
ostrich meets
really
Sade.
was.
you.
It really
She
was.
is. She is.
Now I'm glad you brought that up though. That I forgot they had shut down the studio for the Clone Wars, and they shipped.
Hmm.
They never said where they shipped all the people to. They just said they shut the studio
They
down.
didn't ship them anywhere. They threw it back into Disney Animation. They're like, we got all these people in Disney Animation ain't doing nothing because we're making live action films these days. Make them work on
Well,
Clone Wars. Make them work on that Star Style.
well.
Get them everything. Mm.
All right. So
Uh-huh.
let's talk about let's jump into this. Courtney, for episode one, how do you think that episode one for season three did in establishing the themes for the remainder of the season?
Wow, that's a tough question. It's a really tough. I guess in theory it did set it up, given the fact that it started on Tantus and then they came back to Tantus. But for me, I felt like we didn't get a full clear picture of what was going on in Tantus. Like I literally had to watch another whole video on YouTube, some YouTuber to explain to me like on what Project Necromancer was. So I guess in
Hmm.
terms of like what the um the first episode did, I loved that she didn't just get rescued in that first episode. I love that it was more about her and Crosshair and developing that bond. So I definitely think from that perspective, that bond lasted because he's the only one that had a really clear arc this entire season, in terms of like what who we knew him to be previously and then who he became, you know. So I guess that would be how I would say yes, but there I guess Amory, she had a clear journey from where she started in that first episode of season 3 to where she ended. So
Okay.
yeah.
So no, okay, I got you. I got you. I'm gonna switch over here to you, Rakai. I thought the pacing of this show was really good. I thought it was really fast. We got a lot of good action sequences from my part. But what are your thoughts? How did you think the quality of the action sequences contributed to your rating?
I think when we had action sequences, they were good, but I
So not
disagree on
enough
the
for you?
pacing.
All
No,
right.
I disagree on the pacing. I mean, this was an elongated season. It was, what was it, 15
15
episodes or
15
something
episodes.
like that?
episodes. Yep.
Dude, hey, real talk, you could 7, 8 episodes tops
10. I
season
would have been,
done.
I'd have been, I could have been done in 10.
I
I
said
Like
feel like it
I
had
six.
feel
3
like
endings.
I feel like this season, different from the other seasons, but way more evident. It's almost like they tried to stretch us out and gave us a lot of filler, a lot of stuff that we did not need. Like you could have,
Mm-hmm.
especially, and I have to say, it's affected me. Um, Watching X-Men '97 has changed my whole perspective. I know that a lot of people think that X-Men '97 is fast, but once you get used to it, listen, that's all meat. There is no filler. There is no fluff. That is let's go. Let's go. Story content. Let's go. There is very little slowdown. There's not people standing around talking and shit. It is go, go, go.
And
And
there's not
I
go
love
over the
it.
same thing, go over the same information over and over again, but yet it's the same tired information
Like
that
how
doesn't
many
say anything.
Yeah, like how many times did we have to see Omega in that damn cell, just sitting at the table with the
with
other
them
kids,
kids.
not playing chess or whatever? Like, for real, like. Uh, if they're
Go
gonna
ahead,
do
Chuck.
a escape from Alcatraz, let's get with it.
Her
Shit.
Right?
her going to work. Her going to work getting a shot and the shot being thrown away. We saw that 7 times in the first episode.
Oh my
I
God. In the
agree.
first episode.
I agree. This they padded this series. And I would probably give it a lower score because I watched X-Men 97, which is made like a comic book. Like every
Mm-hmm.
panel costs a whole lot of money. So let's give the people what they want to bring them back here. We're going to talk 5 seconds, but somebody's getting their ass kicked by the end of this panel, and somebody's getting their ass kicked. And this was like they didn't want to tell an action story anymore. You have these 4 soldiers who got nailed down to 3, and this little girl who's older than them, which is weird. She's older than them. They could refer to
Yeah.
her as the little sister. And it's like, let's show a family story of a family just trying to survive during a war. And
And
it's like a
Yeah, but
war
they
every
gave
survival
us they
story.
gave us 3 clones and a baby and shit, and I just like, listen,
Three clones and a baby. I think that's the tagline for the night.
3 clones in
I'm
a
gonna put
team.
yeah.
3 clones in a team.
I
Jesus,
like
like,
that.
No,
Yeah,
three clothes and a baby. I like
yeah, I
that.
like
Just
three
like
clones.
that
Yeah, three
movie.
clones, clones and
Oh,
a baby.
oh.
Right.
And then they
That's
didn't
But
cool. Yeah.
explain like how is she like how did you kept her this age for the entirety of these last 3 seasons, and then all of a sudden she just started growing up. Like what? I still
yeah,
don't
that
even know what M10 is or whatever the M count, whatever.
but
And
Right.
she's
I'm
gonna be
still
a
and I'm
Jedi.
mad.
She's out there with Ahsoka because Ahsoka can make Jedi now, and she's gonna train with Ahsoka,
So,
and she's gonna be a Jedi in
She
the
was
new
At
going to
this
be a
episode.
point, she's
rebel
like
pilot.
39 now. Like I don't know
so
how long she's
yeah,
been out there in
right.
them
She
woods.
may age like Yoda, you guys. She may age like Yoda.
Here, here's the biggest thing
Listen,
for me,
listen.
Randy. I thought that this season was full of missed opportunities.
Mm.
Don't show me uh Asajj Ventress
And
and
now
give
I was
me
follow
just about
up.
to
some.
say it.
Don't
And
give me no bullshit. She was on screen for less than Darth Maul. She did a couple training sequences on Omega, and then like she never showed. Listen, you want to make this interesting around episode 14 or 15? Bring Asajj back. Let her take Omega or something and make something out. Now that would have been interesting. I'd be like, well, shit, where's that series at? I want to watch that or
Right?
something. Uh,
Because she should have come
Courtney's
back to
Courtney's
get her in that
abs
last episode.
yeah,
yeah, she
Courtney's
should have.
absolutely right. If she was so important to the whole Project Necromancer and the fact that they could have made other clones off of her because her blood was the only one that was good, and you can make other clones that had the Force in them or whatever. And we know this is, for Palpatine to make his own clones or whatever. The thing, they never did anything with that. Like she was a regular schmegular, regular little girl that grew up and now I want to be a rebel pilot. What?
Cause she
And
didn't get
you're
stabbed
gonna
by a
give her a high
lightsaber.
M count that she can change the scope of the science and is the reason that Palpatine even comes back in episode 9. And you're gonna tease the fact that she might have the Force, but yet has never displayed any kind of Force. And then when Asajj tried to train her, again, nothing. And you're gonna retcon Asajj Ventress. I just finished The Dark Disciple, y'all, and her death was sorry, spoiler
Classic.
alert. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was
It's
clutch. It was
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
beautiful.
That
Yep,
book was absolute
it
perfection.
was.
And
Yeah.
if you are going to retcon her back into the series in that mediocre way, it was a disservice, and I am offended. Like, and
Now
you
here's
don't
Don't be
now
even
here's
offended.
explain. You don't even
no, she's right.
explain where
She's
she
right.
lived.
Don't be
Did the Night
offended,
Sisters,
Chuck.
like, did she secretly, like, come up out the water, like the Night Sisters revived her and she came back to save this little girl? Like, what? Are
You
you
can't
kidding
put her
me?
with
She
the
don't
Night
Now,
find Voss.
Sisters.
It's just her. What? Come
now
on.
You
she
I
can't
was
put her
so
she
with the
is
Night
angry.
Sisters. She's
absolutely she is
Morgana.
absolutely right because Dark Disciple is a damn near perfect book.
Damn near
Um,
perfect.
It is.
and
Damn near
the only
perfect.
question I had about this was where on the timeline was this? Like, was this before she was with Quinlan Voss and Dark Disciple happened? Like, I wasn't clear about that. That's the only reason I'm
She
not more pissed off
she
about it.
This
died
is
I
before
still,
the.
after, yeah. She
before the end of the
died
Clone
before
Wars.
the end of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, because that's her whole
that
purpose in going.
is to try and kill Dooku, and
Right.
her and
Yeah.
Boss are
Yeah.
tasked to go and get
Right.
Dooku. So
Yeah.
Dooku is dead. The
That's
Empire
right.
is like, this is after
Yeah.
Order 66.
Right. This is after. Yeah. So they've. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but yeah, they brought her back to life after she's dead in the book.
Yeah,
Right.
And the book.
yeah,
And the book is canon. And the book is canon.
The book is
the
canon.
book
So
is
where's she
canon.
been? I mean, I know they brought Darth Maul back
Apparently,
with
just
half a body and spider
she been
legs.
chilling,
I
growing
get
her hair
that.
out. Remember, last time we saw her, she was bald. Now she had a, you know what I'm
Got the
saying? She had a
pixie
fresh
cut.
bob.
No.
Like,
In the
Well,
book, she
there were
had
later
hair.
Clone Wars. Yeah, in the
Wait.
Clone Wars, there were later episodes.
Wait. And hold on. After, in the Clone Wars, when we saw her with Ahsoka, she did have hair.
Right, she was half hair.
And in the books, like, they make a big deal. Voss talks about how she has this like short cropped, long, like kind of longish blonde hair, like a bob. So that part tracks. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
like
doesn't.
At the very least, like Quinlan Voss, who is still alive, and he's still out there roaming them streets. Like, because there are other books with him, post 66. So, like,
yeah, because
what
she
you doing?
sacrificed.
Well,
she made the first
Yeah,
sacrifice
for
of
him.
her life.
So,
Like, yeah.
and we
She
talked
made the
about this
sacrifice for him.
in the
But
trailer. We were
anyways,
like,
I know that this is off. I know I went off topic. I'm sorry, but
No,
if
but
you're gonna
like I said,
retcon
the whole
her,
thing is it's a huge missed opportunity. It's almost like they brought her in just to tease us. It's like one of those, it's like season 3 of Picard. You just bring in some damn person for nostalgia sake or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, Assange is here. For what? For what? You gave us nothing.
you give
Oh,
us
shit pissed me off.
nothing at all. And at that point, I like, it's just so many. It was just so many
Hell,
things that I
at that
felt
point,
like.
bring back General Grievous too. Shit, I don't.
You know what I mean? Bring back Count Dooku.
Everybody.
Hell, you know
Well,
what I
did
mean?
you all
Bring Darth
feel
Maul
equally
back
the
again.
same way? The same way when we only got a quick quick visual of Cad Bane. Like, he was only in it for just one scene to collect the baby.
Oh,
That
to
we feel like,
collect the baby?
and that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I
was
felt like that was
rude.
a worthless, nostalgia Easter egg type thing too. Like it was worthless. I mean, it made sense. It wasn't out of pocket about, him being a bounty hunter and picking up the baby. Cad Bane don't stay around for long. And if you didn't have an actual foil for him, he ain't sticking around. He's collecting his money and he's out.
All right. So
But
I did
it's
feel
cheap,
like
though.
with
It's
Cad
cheap.
Bane, though, I thought it was cheap because, and you guys tell me, I mean, I saw a lot of episodes with Cad Bane, and I really like, all through the Clone Wars, like all through, like, he had his little appearance and whatever. What book was it? Was that Boba Fett? I don't even remember. Anyway,
the book
live
of Boba
action.
Fett.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would he have just killed somebody's mama and stolen a baby? I don't feel like he would have.
Yeah, I think he would.
I
You
think
think
he
he
would
would?
kill them
Yeah.
if they stopped him from collecting his bounty.
Yeah, I don't feel like
Okay.
Cad Bane really had a moral
I thought he had
line
a
that he
code.
wouldn't cross. No, I didn't think he had a code.
I didn't think he was one of those honorable villains. He was like, "No, I'm here for the money," and yeah.
He's not like, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm thinking, like, had it been Hondo, it would have been out of pocket.
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he,
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Hondo would. I definitely don't think he would
no.
have made the kid.
Right.
Hondo
Yeah.
would have. Hondo would have hustled and figured out how to take the kid. Hondo would have stole the kid first of all.
He would have
Yeah.
stole the kid. He wouldn't have hurt the mother.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think
They didn't
Vance
even
got
try
any
to get those
problems.
little kids back to their home. Not that the little baby had a home to go to, but I mean, I guess they did mention they were going to try, but
They said they
Chuck,
were going to
Yeah,
try
but I
at the
think,
very
but I
end.
think
The
the part
last
of that too
episode, they
was
were.
that, you know what I'm saying, if they're trying to take them kids back to their home, the better thing they could do is go find their parents and bring them there, because their
bring
parents
them
can
there
protect
because
them
they're just going
babies.
to come back.
Yeah, they can
Hunter
protect them
said
babies.
that though. We're gonna go find their. We're gonna get them back to their parents. And I was like, why would
Right,
you do that?
but
I was thinking, why
So
would you do
were
that?
they
to
force
Rakai's
sensitive?
point,
Were they
Yeah,
force
they're
Yeah.
forced.
sensitive?
They all
Yeah.
count. They all
Mhm.
force sensitive kids, which ends in the conversation tomorrow, which is like that's interesting.
But I didn't think it mattered anymore. I thought the force went through everybody, so I don't care about M counts.
Exactly. The
That's
force is in
still a level.
everybody, and
I mean,
everybody else
according
can
to the
No,
learn.
but
science.
it's
According to the
but there's
science.
levels to this.
That's
You know what I'm
yeah,
No,
saying?
that's
you
what I was
can
trying to
Every,
say.
trade
every,
them.
You can train them.
That's not what we. That's not what we
That's
said.
not what our girl got. That's a Mandalorian. She didn't have a high M count.
no,
She
Everybody's
did.
saying about her M
again,
count.
you don't know what her M count or none of that. There was a whole
Right.
lot.
So,
We're making leaps.
and they
And wait a minute,
said
and
like
and
it
It
and
was
doesn't
so
before,
low.
Hello.
No, people with
hey,
high M count can
we're on
feel
the
M
bad
count through
batch.
other
Wait,
We're on the
hold
people.
bad
on.
batch.
Hold
Y'all
on.
are
I got
going
my
down a
little
rabbit
hand
hole.
up.
Uh-huh.
I was just being snarky, but
Uh-huh.
it
Wait,
doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
Go ahead,
Courtney.
Courtney.
Go, Courtney.
wait. So, okay, put my little hand down. Oh, that was funny. So what's his name? I can't think of Ahsoka's little robot friend. What's his name? He said that you have the lowest numbers of any Jedi I'd ever seen, which says to me that somebody calculated her M count and it wasn't very high.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
it don't matter.
I don't know.
Everybody got the force. You
That's
got
right.
the
It's
force,
Oprah
and you
moment.
got the force.
Oprah moment.
Oprah
Right.
giving everybody the force.
Right. Everybody got the force. Don't get mad. We might have had this discussion. So I was just being snarky. Ignore me. I was just being snarky. All right. So
Well,
oh, go ahead, Chuck.
they're trying to take the midichlorian out of the canon. They're trying to remove it
I
Well,
thought
yeah,
they
so they
hit.
changed it to an M.
now.
But then that just means midichlorian. I know it's
They
there.
want to
It's
get
literally
rid
there.
of it. They want to get
What do
rid
you mean?
of
They
it.
just made a new series about it. I don't think they want to get
Yeah.
rid of it. I think
That
they're trying
means
to explain it.
that's your max swag count. I don't,
Yeah, yeah. They don't
They're
want to get. I thought we had kind of moved away from it, right? But
yeah,
now it's
initially.
like they're trying to explain it. So they brought it back up, not us.
Yeah, they did bring it back up in there.
but that may be a direct result of the tiff we just had about everyone, reading the comments and shit and about what everyone was saying about Sabine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
There's
Sabine,
like, you know what? Let's try to clean this up. Let us try to make it a little bit better. At this point, you done already let Pandora out the box. Like you done
Yeah.
already.
Everybody got the
oh yeah,
force.
oh yeah, everybody got the force. Let
Well,
everybody
Got
have
that
it.
glow.
that clearly is not true.
Anybody, any muggle can be a wizard now. Let it happen. Let
That's
it
right.
happen. Everybody
Everybody's
can
getting a
get the
letter to
ring.
Hogwarts.
Exactly.
Everybody's getting a
Everybody.
Everybody
letter.
get the
Petunia
ring.
is, she got her dream. Finally, she going to Hogwarts, man.
You know,
Everybody
Right?
is.
this is a
Dudley, we
product
got Dudley. He got a spot.
of
Got a
Dudley
spot
DEI.
up there,
waiting.
DEI.
All the Dursleys are up in Hogwarts now. Court stars.
But
DEI
you
didn't
know,
earn it.
can I go like to your the question you asked earlier about pacing, Randy? The one thing that I thought about the pacing, I understand why you said that you thought it was paced really well because in theory, on paper, it kind of was in terms of like the trajectory of the episodes that they gave us. But the problem was the pacing didn't go anywhere for me.
Mm.
It's like the story that they gave us was paced well each episode. It's just they didn't stick the landing on the entire series because this is the series finale. If this was just a basic season, I probably would have given it a full meal. I might have even said it was binge worthy because you're setting up for like what's next. But it's not. This is the series finale,
That's not
and
how
you
you close it
dragged.
out.
That's not how you close it out. You dragged it. You had 15 episodes to tell this story. 15 to finish out a story that like you started with like the Bad Batch, Order 66, and Kanan Jarrus is like a child. And you're gonna close it out like this. Y'all could have had Kanan come back. Like, you know what I mean? This is an opportunity for y'all to have done anything. Anything.
And they
You
did
opened it one way and then you just whiffed it.
They
You
did
know,
one
like
thing.
What's that?
They did one thing. They showed you that Omega can get older.
That was random. That was
it
random.
it
I
was
thought it was
unfortunate.
too. It was
It was
unfortunate. I
very
thought that was
Yeah,
upsetting.
but they showed that in the last 2 minutes of episode 15. Like,
uh-huh.
what?
And I
It
was
was
like,
a
what?
throwaway.
It
You
threw
just
me
could have
off.
ended it right there with them sitting by the water fountain, all of them, like, you know, they got text, you know what I mean? Like, just
Well,
I
end
mean,
it
if
there.
that's
Echo said bye, and then they dipped out. Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
and
Like,
It'd been
here's the
different if
thing.
I thought she's going to the vehicle to meet Ventress. Like Ventress gonna be there and like, yeah, hopping
yeah,
in.
Here's the thing
And
too.
it
like
didn't
I'm
have
going with
that, and I
her.
was
We
angry.
already
She's like,
knew
I'm gonna
that
go be a
Omega could
pilot.
get. We already knew that Omega could get older because we saw Emery.
But she's older
Right,
than
but
Emery.
Emery came after Omega. Omega was
Yeah.
literally the second
Right,
Omega's
she's the
older.
after
She's the second
oldest.
after
clone.
she's the second
Omega
clone. She's the
Yeah.
She's the
second
second
Omega
clone.
clone.
Omega is the only one who was like Boba Fett. They were two unfettered clones or whatever,
That's
Yeah,
true.
she was the second.
But
Boba
they got
Fett
to
and then
grow
her.
naturally. Yeah, they made Boba Fett
That's right. They got
for
to grow
Django,
naturally. That's
and then they
true.
made their own, and they kept Omega.
But Boba Fett aged naturally. Omega did not. At least
she
to my
didn't.
not.
Yeah, she didn't.
Because
She did
like
not age.
she
She's
didn't
older
age
than
Because
that.
Boba
like
Fett is old too. He's older.
right.
Yeah, he's older than her right
He's
now.
Yeah,
older than
Yeah,
her.
he's in
she didn't
Clone Wars.
age.
He's in Clone Wars, and he's older than her.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
he was a
Yeah,
20-year-old man. So he
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
aged
Wait a minute.
normally.
Not only that. Think about this too.
At the beginning of Clone
Omega's a
Wars, he was a
clone.
child.
Omega's a clone, right? She's a clone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Which means she's a clone of Django, which means Omega is a Mandalorian.
Django's
Yes.
not a
And
Mandalorian. He wasn't a
She's a
Mandalorian, was he?
Who,
yes.
Django was a
Yeah, he was
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Was he?
He's the greatest
Yeah,
Okay.
warrior.
shit. As a matter of fact, I think he was the Mandalorian for a little bit.
So they are Mandalorian, dude.
And so
I mean, they're
Mandalorians
all
can
clones of
have all
Django.
force users.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all
But
Mandalorians.
that's what makes it interesting, and maybe that's why there's such a big difference between her and Boba because of her, max swag count.
And and it could be, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
could
make
be
sense.
like, but here's the problem. The fact that every other sentence we're saying is, oh, it could be, oh, it could be, oh, it could be.
Yeah, and we don't know.
The series
that
is
part.
ended. I've been
Yeah.
saying, oh, it could be since the first episode of season 1.
Yes.
I've been asking, why is Omega not aging? What makes her different? And everybody said, the conversations we've had, the 3 times that we've had this show, the 2 other times we had this show, like they're probably going to give it to us. They're not going to give it to us right now. They're going to explain that to us. So we've been waiting for this. So the fact that this is the end and I'm still saying, we're all still saying, well, it could be. Well, it could be. That's a freaking problem.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's almost
failure of the
it's a
series.
problem that they could take her blood and make force sensitive
99
clones.
times they took her blood.
But they can make force sensitive clones because of her blood or whatever. But then what? That still doesn't explain anything about her.
No.
She got special blood. Was she a space
Why
vampire?
did
What the
Nala
hell?
say?
What are you telling us?
Well, we
Nala
didn't
say
understand.
was willing to die to keep this girl's secret. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. And we didn't know that there's other women clones out there until we met Emery.
Yeah,
Like we thought Omega was the only
with the
woman
own.
clone.
Mm-hmm.
And they set it up for the first 2 seasons that way.
But it's almost clear too because nobody else knew about Omega. So Nala and them, the Kaminoans, they may again could have did some extra shit on her. Like after Boba, they once they made their own, they could do
Gave
some
her some
extra
Yoda
tinkering.
genes. She got some
Yeah.
Yoda genes and was like, yo, she
Like,
gonna
here,
age for
let
900
me get you a little bit
years.
of Grogu in you.
I'm trying to tell
Well,
you where she
it felt rushed. It felt rushed, and it's a lot of speculation out there that we
Crazy
still
to
just
say 15
don't know.
episodes
and
is
they made
rushed.
her a pilot. That means she's gonna go meet Hera.
She could be.
She could.
Because
Here-
Hera's the
saying?
captain of the
Here's-
pilots.
But Hera could go. But at what point in time I'm assuming that it's the rebellion? Is it post Return of the Jedi? Is it A New Hope? Like, where are we? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
We could
I
be
don't
episode
know.
9,
Like,
technically.
we could be in Rebels. She could be going to
Yeah.
see Hera. She could be going like Kanan could have came and got her. You know what I'm saying? Like
We
Asajj could have sent him a message or whatever. Like anything.
we're just
Come
making
on, man.
speculations that it's the rebellion from episodes 4, 5, and 6. Could it
Yes.
be rebellion from 7, 8, and 9? After the whatchamacallits take over. They're in a
All right,
cave.
Or it could
because
be
Ages
I
the
independent.
multiverse, and they could meet with Spider-Man and other Fortnite players and come
You
back through.
know, is
We,
somebody? I mean,
but
somebody could have
we
taken her.
I,
Is
we learned
Palpatine back?
all
there's a
right,
new galaxy, and they may be in the next galaxy. That's why they were
I just
hidden on
looked
this
it
little
up.
island.
I just looked it up. So season 3 of Bad Batch happens in 18 BBY. So it takes place in the early years of the Empire, right after Post Order 66.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
So
Yeah,
But they were
18
in a
years
but
before
we
the
don't know where it
Battle
ended.
of
but
Yavin.
we don't know
but
where it
We
ended. Yeah,
don't
we
know
don't know
where it
where it
ended.
ended.
Like episode
No,
15, where did that
uh,
end?
episode 15 of season 3.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
At the
We know
epilogue,
we
right?
know these clones are abnormal. They actually didn't adhere to 66 in the first couple of episodes of the Bad Batch, and they went
Yeah.
rogue in the first couple of episodes. So that was
They
after
just said the
Kanan was off doing
rebellion.
his thing. So Kanan was off doing his thing,
Growing up. He was off
growing
growing
up,
up, like
and
learning how
it
to
was
be a
probably
pilot, becoming Kanan and not
uh-huh.
Caleb. You
Yep,
know what I
Caleb.
mean?
Yep,
Like,
yep. Yep, and this is when Ezra was coming as a Jedi, and apparently Sabine was a Jedi too, until Ahsoka took her. You
I
know,
mean,
Yeah.
all the things. Like, I just feel like we don't.
yet they could have
There's
just
so many
found
things that
Omega
were
and had
dangling hopes.
they could have been four samurai, they could have been four musketeers and Jedis. They
But
would have
there's so
found
many plot holes that were like dangling, like Crosshair. Why was Crosshair's hand twitching?
yes,
Why did he
because
ever figure it out?
they had to prepare it to get
What
cut
was that?
off and him to aim off a Hunter's shoulder at the very end.
Right.
Prove
Well,
that
that
he
was because
didn't
they
need
got
a
his
hand
hand
to
cut
shoot the
off.
gun.
That's because he got the hand cut off.
Yeah, but they needed to prove to the world that he didn't need a hand to shoot.
Yeah,
It was
clearly he
all
was
in his mind.
ambidextrous and has never shot with, his left hand.
Yeah, yeah. Which
Okay,
makes
Rodney said they did
sense.
experiments on him,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I
I don't
just want to know,
know.
why would you do an
Again, I think
experiments on the
we're
marksman?
creating.
I don't know. They had Crosshair in there shaking like Muhammad Ali trying to light the Olympic torch. Like,
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
Parkinson's disease.
Oh
No,
Lord.
Wow.
no, Rakai,
Wow.
No.
no,
God.
no, no,
I'm just
no.
talking about how he's shaking. I
Wow.
ain't say what he had or whatever. I was
I'm
just
just
saying
saying
But
he
he
had
has
some major
Parkinson's
tremors
disease.
in his damn shooting hand.
he had some tremors, but the point
Well,
is
why
we don't
would you
know
do that to a
why.
shooting? Yeah, why would you do that to a shooting hand?
Why not? That's what made him deadly. So,
If you can
But if I was
control,
trying
if
to
you can
make a super
manipulate them
soldier
and you
out
wanted
of
to
him,
use them,
now that
right?
I
If you
think
want to
about
make
it
a
too,
super,
so the
if you want to
other
make a
super
super soldier
clones,
out of him,
yeah,
why
but
would
the
that
other
damage
super
his only
clones that they
weapon?
made that was chasing
that's
him
my
around,
point. Yeah.
And
that they
let's
made
talk about the super clones. Another
they
plot
never
hole
they
left
never
dangling.
revealed, yeah, they never
I thought
revealed
one of
none
those
of
was going
that.
to be Tech.
I thought one of those were going to be Tech too, but I also thought
Mhm.
those were going to be the people that Morgan Elsbeth had in Ahsoka that were those
Zombies?
sick, the sick zombie, like there was the green smoke or whatever. I thought that we were going to explain that that's where those dudes came from. Again, nothing.
They're not going to talk about those dudes
No, I
ever
didn't think about
again.
that.
They're in another galaxy. Courtney,
Oh, but
they're out there with
we
Spider-Man.
don't know how they got there. Listen, we don't know where Tantus is. Nobody knew how to get to Tantus.
One thing for certain is going on in all of this, and it's sad. Dave Filoni's exhausted. This is his baby.
Dave
This is
Filoni
his
stay on the
baby.
phone with Kevin Feige these days. They looking for the exit.
Yeah, this is his baby. This is definitely his baby.
Well, they looking to
And
fix.
not
They
only
looking
that,
to fix
because
Marvel, and they're
Yeah,
like,
but
you did
because
pretty good
he's
job with Star Wars. Can you
because he
fix
said
Marvel?
didn't he say that when he does the Mandalorian Grogu movie, that is it. Like all these stories, all these little shows that he got, he's wrapping it all up in that movie, and it's a wrap. Like he's
Well,
going
they
off to
did
his
promote him.
Yellowstone ranch.
They did
Hmm?
promote him, and they gave him a higher title. I'm assuming it's more money. So
Don't mean
at
he
this
ain't
point, it
Which
trying.
means
might just be the money. He
which
might
means
just
they
be in it like,
they probably
Yeah.
want him to sit back and oversee live action. They're like, okay, you're killing it on TV. Live action is crap in the bed. Help. Hell,
Yeah.
what's the name? John
Uh,
Favreau has stepped away. John
Yeah.
Favreau has stepped away. So they're like, hey,
And
listen,
there
we
are
Did
got to do
he
other
step
something.
things that could
away?
have
Wait,
contributed.
isn't he doing the Mandalorian Grogu?
I don't know. I think he
I thought
stepped away. I
Favreau was
think
doing
he's
that, but
yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
Uh,
One
but
thing I do like though is I still like these characters, and I was happy just to see these characters. I like
I,
all these characters.
yeah.
There's not.
Yeah,
I even like
that's
Hemsworth. I thought Hemsworth was a great substitute for Thrawn. I was hoping
What
Hemsworth
Hemlock?
and
wait,
Thrawn had been buddy buddy.
wait, who? Wait, what?
Hemlock.
Hemlock?
Hemlock.
Hemlock. That's right.
I was
Hemlock.
like,
Hemlock.
Liam
He's
My
like
Hemsworth was the
my
voice
he's
of
fault.
like
My
Thrawn.
fault. Hemlock.
who's
Hemlock.
Thor was
I,
in this? I thought he was in
Hemlock.
Furiosa. I didn't know what's
I didn't think he was a substitute for Thrawn, though.
I
I
know. I
thought
thought he
he.
was. I thought he felt like a
I
good
didn't think
Thrawn type
so.
of villain. He was
no,
very
I don't think
calm.
he was
He was
a
very well
substitute,
mannered.
but I thought that I
He was
thought that
well
he brought
calculated.
an interesting energy in. He was somewhere in between, like like the weird mad scientist and like a force user. It really felt like he was somebody who really wanted to be a force user and was just gonna find a way to make himself. Basically, it's the same character that what is it, Sebastian in 97? Bastion, like he's trying to make everybody he's trying to make everybody
I
have a force.
I don't know
I
with
thought
Hemlock
he was. I
and
thought he.
Hemlock. I never got the feeling that he wanted to be a force user. I just felt like he enjoyed experimenting on people and subjects,
Mm-hmm.
and that he got a kick out of that shit. And to move his science forward, he didn't give a shit. Like he was evil as hell. And I get what Chuck is saying about him being a substitute for Thrawn. We know he's not Thrawn, but
Yeah.
he did have that very kind of that upright, evil, very dignified, evil kind of
Mm-hmm.
super intelligent. Like he kept everything under the vest. He
Let,
kept it very put together until the end when he got around your boy that they freed out from the jail. And he got to running his
Crosshair.
mouth and talking about my no the not
Rafkin
the
or
clone.
Yeah.
Rankin?
Yeah,
Something like
Rampart
that.
or something like that.
Rampart, yeah, something like that.
The
When he got
Empire
to running his
is the party of science, so it
when
does.
he got to running his
Yeah.
mouth and talk
It's the
about his
Nazi
science, he
party.
was so important that he was
Yeah, he
saying that
reminded me of Mangala, like whatever, like
Yeah.
Joseph Mangala
yes,
would have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
yeah,
Em-
that's
the Emperor
It is the
and
keeps
maybe
Nazi
very
party.
smart
and
people around him.
maybe that's
Right.
who they modeled him off of. Because I mean, the model for the empire is the Nazi party. So
It is
Yeah, it
the
is.
Nazi party. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the
the party of
ploy.
science and development. Yeah, everything is about
Yeah.
order, science, and efficiency.
Structure. Everything's structured
Yeah,
really well.
efficiency,
It
structure.
rains
Yeah.
all the time and wherever they stay at, because they're a bunch of Debbie Downers and shit. Nobody want to be
I
around those type of
mean,
nerds. We want the nerds that do the
Can
lines and
you
know how to
imagine being on
party.
the Death Star? It's got to be the worst. It's got
it's
to be
got
the
to be
worst.
the worst.
The worst.
All
I
you got,
mean, like,
it's like the science party and a bunch of rednecks. That's what it is. That is
And
the
the, and
empire.
that's why the emperor is stressed out because he's trying to balance his rednecks and his scientists all together.
well,
He's
I
trying
mean,
to
he's
get them to
trying to.
meet
not
with each other.
he's stressed out because he replaced all the clones because they had a penchant to start talking back and the lips start questioning
Well, that
shit.
was a smart
So
thing to do.
he
Replace the
replaced them with
clones.
all these damn slow ass clones who couldn't hit the
Right.
The
side of a
rednecks.
barn.
The
It's like
rednecks.
Jesus.
Like
But
you
they're
Right.
not
you
even
got rid of
clones.
You
Republic.
That's
got the
the
whole
thing.
cast of swamp people.
You guys, they're not clones.
No,
They're
they're not.
regular
They're
people.
right.
That's what he
They're
They
said.
just
He
come.
got
regular
regular
people
people.
that
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
taken up
Yeah.
the
He
cause
got
because they
rid of
want
the
to get
clones.
Yeah,
paid.
they show
Right.
up at the
They took
They
our
want to
rallies.
try to get
jobs.
a
We're getting our
job.
jobs
This was
He
back.
on
like,
LinkedIn.
he said, "Hey
This was on
Vader."
Starlink in. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
he like, "Hey
saying?
Right.
Like
Vader, your
they try to
uncles,
get this job.
your
We
Yeah,
uncles
they
know
will
show up
work
we
at the
for
know
the
rallies.
we
Empire."
know they're not the
They
clones because
rushed
the
the
clones
Capitol
can
on
shoot.
January 6th. They just
Yeah,
this
Yeah, like
yeah.
the clones are able to kill the whole entire rebellion, kill all the Jedi, and these new rednecks. Woo, we got our jobs back. We got a job, and they can't even shoot straight. We're watching them not be able to shoot
I can't
straight.
with you. No, we have
Woo-hoo!
gone so
We're
far
back.
away from this story.
Mhm.
That is the story.
That's
That
the
is
story
Not
of
only
the
that,
Star
story,
Wars.
Courtney.
not only
And
that, remember
Hemlock
when they
is like,
start?
I'm gonna leave these rednecks and go to this mountain and make some really good clones
Not
because
only
I don't
that,
want to deal with these rednecks.
remember when the new clones came in, the regular people, and the first thing they did was they start running their mouth at how much better they are than the old clones.
Yep. They're like, we're not going south of the border to get our immigrants. We're gonna go to India. And that's what they did.
Lord have mercy. I don't know.
What does
It's
India
all
have to do with
symbolism.
anything? Oh my
Yeah,
God. They went to
they got their little MAGA clone helmets.
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna
The
go to
Oh,
the
that's just
Alexander
Philippines
Okay.
to
genes.
get our immigrants. We're not
Speaking of
gonna get them
helmets,
south of the
so
border no
on
more.
May the 4th, they had this little popcorn thing.
Uh-huh.
Can you
That's a
see it?
popcorn bucket.
Is that a
Yeah.
Oh,
popcorn
that's
bucket?
dope.
it's
Wait,
dirty, it's cracked, it's
Man,
dope.
Courtney went
that's
down
a
there and then
popcorn
buy me
bucket?
This is
the
a popcorn
glasses.
bucket.
Did you buy me glasses? Shot glasses?
Oh Lord. All right,
No,
all right.
oh,
Man.
I did not. And here's the reason why. Because I went into Oga's, which is
Lord.
where the shot glasses were. It's the cantina in
Uh-huh.
Disneyland.
Uh-huh.
And they wouldn't sell us anything that was sold during Star Wars night.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, because I
man.
went in and I asked for one of the Star Wars drinks, and they were like, "Nah, you can't have that." And I was like, "What you mean?" And they were like, "Because it's not Star Wars night. This is May the 4th, but you don't have access to those without that ticket."
Oh,
Okay.
So
that
So
I
sucks.
did not.
let's get back to the bad bag. Since we are talking about
That's dope.
Omega having aged and all of those things, is there room for a spinoff? And would we want to see
Yeah.
that?
Her and Sabine practice the Force on Mandalore with
Oh,
Grogu.
Jesus.
And they're
I'm
gonna
trying to
meet
be
up with
serious.
Ezra. I'm
Jesus, I've heard just
listen to my
making up
pitch
shit.
because it's gonna be better than anything they're gonna show us.
I mean, this is what we're left to make up
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Rakai. They
yeah,
left us with a
yeah,
dangling end. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, we
Matter of
are
fact, her
left
and
to
Sabine are gonna
infer.
fight
We are
over
left to
Ezra's
fan
love.
fiction the end of the series in whatever way we want to, and there it is. So that's Jeff's ending.
And,
What's your ending?
and what's gonna happen is she's gonna run over to Sabine and say, "Your force is BBL, the mine is all natural." You
Oh
know, like I
God.
was born with M count.
Wow!
I was born with M count.
Wow!
Ezra's mine.
Wow!
Is this where
Now
we
she
are
got
right
a
now?
Brazilian force lift.
I don't know.
She
It's
got
a
a
I don't know
Brazilian
what
BFL.
force
I
lift.
can't. I can't.
BFL. She got a
I
Brazilian force lift.
She got BFL. Hell no. Hell no.
Oh
They're
God.
gonna fight
All
over
right.
Ezra's
Oh my
love.
God. I can't.
They're gonna fight
I
over
can't.
Ezra's
This is
love.
my fault. I'm
And then
sorry. I'm
Ahsoka's
sorry.
Brazilian
gonna be
force
like,
lift.
calm
What
down,
else? What else y'all
calm
want to talk
down.
about? What else y'all want to talk about?
That
I don't know. What else y'all
right,
want? I
that
don't
right
know.
there.
I don't know how to come back off of the BBL force
The
lift. I don't
BFL, Brazilian
BFL
force,
force
Oh,
lift.
Brazilian
I don't
force
know
that
how to.
lift.
that was
I
fantastic.
don't know. I don't know what else to do.
Oh no, I think this season was full of missed opportunities. There was a lot of places that they could have gone and a lot of things that they can did, and I think they settled for a lot of cheap stuff. You know, show Cad Bane, show Asajj Ventress. Um, we show Omega get old. We show, of course, the Bad Batch is victorious at the end. We've redeemed Crosshair, but it took way too long to get to a conclusion where we still have more questions than we have answers. And it would be one thing if they told us, hey, down the pipe, we got this series coming or this, they can answer some of these questions. But no, we going away with nothing. Are we supposed to watch now? If you go back and watch Rebels or you go back and watch something that, you'll see Omega as one of the pilots, but you didn't recognize her before because we didn't know who that was. Like,
And how did
oh,
Kanan not recognize her? Because he could feel her M count. He can feel her M count. That's why Asajj was there. I knew she was special. She told Hunter, I could feel it in when I landed. If I would have said that, you knew she had to go with me. Asajj said that to him.
mm-hmm.
So I had to do all these corny ass tests just so you can keep her.
So why didn't she show any like force sensitivity type stuff, right?
Same way Sabine didn't do it through Rebels. You know, it just don't happen that way. You got to be trained in it and nurtured and
Yeah,
loved by somebody.
but you argue the other way that it does.
No,
If
you
you
have to
got
have
the force,
somebody that's about to like die.
Die. Yeah, somebody has to die for you to
See,
show
what would have
exhibit
happened? What
the
should have
force.
happened
Cut her
was
hand off.
when no. When Tech fell from the landing and said, you know, this is our job or whatever, you know, like this is our exit clause, she should have force saved him right then.
Yeah.
If she'd have
That's
force
Ray
saved
with
him,
that's Ray
then we
with the
could have.
ship.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
should have jumped out the
but
ship,
I mean,
grabbed
he's not
him,
as
and
heavy as
jumped
a
up in the
ship.
air.
She could have done that.
Because that's a new force sensitive move. You can just learn the force and do double
All
jumps in
right.
the
Made
air
him
and
fly
stuff.
back into the ship.
Just fly back into the ship. Exactly.
All
You know
right.
what I mean? It's just like Sabine force pushed Ezra into the ship.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, she could do
on
that.
her first try. On her first try.
On her first try, you know.
No, Luke.
She's
Luke is a
motivated.
punk ass because Luke couldn't even pull
Love is a motivator.
You know.
Hey, ain't none of them better than Ray, so it don't even matter.
Yeah,
she pulled ships out of air after 2 weeks.
Yeah, Ray accidentally did lightning. That's badass.
She did force lightning, and she pulled a ship out the damn air. She froze the ship in the air.
Darth Vader did that too in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's Darth Vader. We didn't see Anakin get down for a long time. Ray did that after 2 weeks.
But Darth Vader could pull a disc out of somebody's hand.
See, I knew he was coming with it because I argued with him about this. Because Chuck hates Rogue One, right? Because he says that Vader would have just grabbed the disc. And I was like, he couldn't do that. And he was like, well, he would have just stopped the ship. I was like, he couldn't do that. Then Obi-Wan comes out, and what they make him do? Grab the damn ship. Then I gotta hear from him. Like, see, I told you he could have just grabbed the ship.
Randy, I knew that because they had Star Killer in the fucking video games learn from Vader to pull a ship out the sky.
Man,
Vader was that already. So that's what
those were the video games. The video games
and those are canon. Those are canon.
They never had like in any of the movies or anything. They never
it
had
doesn't
anybody
matter.
pulling
You put in you put in the comic book, you put it in the game. If you put it in a novel, it is canon. If you call it canon.
It was some bullshit.
It is canon if you call it canon.
It was bullshit.
They called it canon. They called it canon. They called it canon.
And I don't think Star Killer was canon. I thought he was before the Lucas merger. The Lucas, what you call him,
he's
merger.
still canon.
No,
because they got rid of all those
still
things.
Canon. No, they got rid of
they didn't get rid of everything. They got rid of some.
No, they got rid of all the stuff other than the movies.
No, they're pulling stuff back in too.
Now they are. Now they are, but at the time they weren't.
Because
like,
J.J. Abrams
they made all that
lazy
legacy
bastard.
stuff. They made all that legacy stuff.
I don't think he was lazy. I think he was strong-armed.
Yeah.
So,
I think there was but you know, we could get into that discussion 9 times
when we
a
saw
Sunday.
When we saw Star Killer, the one thing that was good about Star Killer, the one thing that was good about Darth Revan is that you saw other people besides the goddamn Skywalker family that was powerful too. That
powerful,
you know what I'm saying? Because like really, we didn't see anybody but Darth Vader and Palpatine that had any real power. You know, we had to wait 4 movies, 3 movies to see Luke do any damn thing or whatever. We saw other Jedi's, Sith people out there in the world that had just as much, if not more power than them two. That was good about
Clone Wars. In Clone Wars, we saw powerful Jedi's and dark force users. The witches were dope. It's just Palpatine came in and killed them all. We saw Asajj Ventress. We saw a whole planet of the Force, literally, the Force. So I mean, there were dope things in it.
The whole point is that, and really in all of this, that we need to distance ourselves from the Skywalker family. There is an entire galaxy. As a matter of fact, there's another galaxy or universe or whatever. There's so many stories that can be told in this.
It is.
And why does it all come back to damn Darth Vader? They keep using Darth Vader every damn chance that they get. Come the hell on. And that's why I'm excited. That's why I'm excited to see the Acolyte. Because this shit is High Republic.
I don't know if I want to be excited though. I get so excited and so invested and so ready, and then my feelings get hurt. So I think I'm just going to be there for the Acolyte, and whatever happens, happens.
One thing you can be proud of, though. One thing y'all can all be proud of.
Oh Lord, I ain't no telling what you're gonna say.
Go ahead.
What?
We're gonna end it after this. We're gonna re-rate it after this. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't want to
Please.
say it now. I'm keeping it
No,
to
go
myself.
ahead.
No, no,
Please.
I'm keeping it to myself. Y'all don't deserve
Say it,
this
Chuck.
goodness.
Say it,
I,
Chuck.
I,
Say it.
No,
I,
we're
I
gonna
was gonna
re-rate it
talk
after.
about. I was gonna talk
We're
about
gonna.
Star Wars got saved by your boy Zack Snyder's movies because those are originally Star
See.
Wars movies, and if they
All
would have
right.
made those Star Wars
You
movies,
know
This
what?
is
we've been talking
why.
about all
This
this
is
shit
why
was
we
great.
can't.
All this
I
Yeah.
shit
knew it. All right.
because we would have
You know
saw
what?
wheat farming on
You know what?
This
You
is
Tatooine,
why
right
we
about
can't
that.
have
oyster
nice
Because
farming
things,
on
Chuck.
Tatooine.
if they
So
had let that Rebel Moon bullshit
yeah,
become
Rebel
Star
Moon
Wars,
almost
listen,
happened as a Star
I
Wars
I
movie.
Yeah.
what's it? What? How you do it? I'd have been perfectly. I'd have switched over. I'd be like, you know what? Star Trek forever. The hell with this shit. I can't. I can't.
I don't think
So
you
that's all
cannot.
I was
Like, I'm
gonna
still
say.
Star Trek forever. I'm just
No,
Star Wars
but I'm saying
too.
I've been Star Wars all my life.
That's
I'm
all
a
I was gonna
recent Star
say.
Trek
We got
convert with
blessed.
some of
We
the new
got
stuff.
blessed.
I'm
We got
recent.
we got
Oh, you're
blessed.
recent Trekkie?
But
Yeah.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying, when when the Simon Pegg movies came out, the new TV shows, then I got into Star Trek. So I feel it now. I never did when I was a kid. But what I'm saying is if that shit had become Star Wars,
We
I'm
got
done with Star
blessed.
Wars. Done.
Dave
I'm out.
Filoni is like, I'm the
I'm
only one that can
out.
write some bad shit for this franchise, and I don't need your bad shit.
Can
You
we
know?
can we re-rate it now? Can
Yes,
we
we can
re-rate it?
re-rate
Thank
it.
you.
Think
Since you want
about Rebel Moon could have been Star Wars,
since
you
you brought
guys,
up
when you
Rebel
re-rate
Moon,
this.
how are you going to re-rate it, Mr. Bab?
I'm sticking with a full meal. I'm gonna stick with it because I still love these characters. I
All right.
loved Hamika. I loved her relationship with her brothers. She was about her brothers. Like she realized she grew up on that base by herself, and Nala saved, turned her back on her, and she was like, "I'll do anything for my brothers. These men have came through and saved me time and time again. They have bonded with me. They're not just soldiers of misfortune. They are really good people,
And they
and
did,
I'm
they
willing to
came for
ride."
her.
And I'm willing to ride or die with them. Like she didn't lose faith in her brothers at all. Like my brothers are coming. It's been 700 days. My brothers, she was Harley Quinn up in that prison. Like I'm waiting for the Joker to show up. She was waiting for her
She, you
brothers.
know, the cool thing I thought that the one throwback that we
Mm-hmm.
never knew what happened to that creature from the
Mm-hmm.
Clone Wars, that Anakin and Obi-Wan, like everybody was led to think that that creature was going to be killed on that base.
Yeah.
Um, and we never knew, but we saw it, you know, we saw Chancellor
The
Palpatine
Zelo
ask for,
monster.
yeah, the Zelo
Mm-hmm.
monster. We saw Palpatine ask for it to be saved. And so it was really kind of interesting to see it there where it ended up, even though I felt like it was wasted. But it was a nice callback.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, Courtney, how are you going to re-rate it, man?
Oh, I mean, I'm staying at a mini meal.
Instead of the mini meal.
It's too many holes. It's too many dangling participles. Like I can't. I just
She said
can't.
dang that participles.
You went English on this. I like it. I
Yeah.
like
Can't.
it.
I can't. Like I can't reconcile the fact that I ended the series not knowing what made Omega different, and that was the entire season. The
Hmm.
entire season was us chasing this ghost of what makes her different.
M count.
And it ended. No, but like the fact that I still can't get over the fact that I had to go on a YouTube video to understand that Necromancer was about bringing Palpatine back for episode 9. Like, I shouldn't
Hmm.
have to do research for that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm struggling
It's
between
about
going down to
playing
a
with
snack.
the
I'm not
force.
gonna
Yeah.
lie, but I'm gonna stay at a mini meal because, like Chuck said, I do like these characters, and I do like that they were a family and that they came through. I thought they did some cool stuff. I thought Echo was like the unsung hero. He came through, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
But yeah, I'm staying at a mini meal.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go down. Um, you all convinced me there was a lot of questions out there that we just didn't answer. And I did, to Chuck's point, I think I like the characters, and I had been here since season 1 with them. And I did want to see how they stuck the landing for this. And I think I got more caught up in liking the characters than narrative, plot, and a lot of other things for this series. I wanted it to be successful because I liked the first two so much. And so it wasn't that good though. There's a lot of things left out there that could have been done a lot better. Even something as basic as its animation quality and fight scenes and other characters that they introduced us to that they just didn't do them justice. As we've known, these are very dynamic and great characters. So from a writing perspective, it did a bad job, and it's impacted the overall quality of it. So that's compelled me to say that I'm going to bring down my score by 1 point, and I'm going to take it from a full meal to a mini meal. Rakai, bring us on home, sir.
I think that they got caught up in trying to give us these little Easter eggs and callbacks and stuff. And I know that they thought they did something at the end when uh when Tarkin showed up and said, you know what, we're gonna move all the funds from Project Necromancer to Project Stardust. She's like, oh shit, it's a Rogue One callback. Nah. It's just I was hoping that this conversation would spark me to go up. Um, because I am a Star Wars dude through and through, but this just I they stretch this out 15 episodes, and I feel like hell, you might have been able to wrap this up in six, you know, eight tops, and you stretch this out for 15 for what? I don't understand. I have more questions now than I have answers. I don't feel like anything was resolved. Um, I thought it was a lot of wasted opportunities. I I would go down, but I think I'm gonna stick at a mini meal because
Yeah.
everybody said I did love the characters, and I love that the relationships were so strong. I do love that this was about family, and if nothing else, um, little Clone Force, little Squad 99 and Omega, they was a family, and they would go literally to hell and back to go to Tantus and put everything on the line to break in there and get their sister out. That was boss, but there was a lot of fluff in this, and I could have done without that. So I'm gonna stick at a mini meal.
Okay, so that gives us 3.25. That's going to take us from a full meal down to a mini meal for the Bad Batch season 3. In the chat, Dayline, anybody out there in the chat, please let us know how you rated it as well.
Daylight gave us a full meal.
Full meal? Okay.
Gave us a full meal. Yep.
Thanks for sharing your rating, Dayla.
There's some goodness to come out of this.
What's that?
We're gonna get the sequel about Project Stardust, which is a strip club where people can practice their BFL training, and we're gonna have Sabine and Omega do their BFL training, and they're gonna fight for Ezra's love and soul.
You know what?
At
and
the club.
Meg the Stallion's gonna be in it, and she's gonna be a new Jedi character.
She
and
is.
Then they're gonna
She's gonna be one of the witches.
Oh no, they're
Why'd you
gonna
gotta
make
be a
Lorella
witch?
one of the riches.
Her name is gonna be Darth Megan.
Darth
Magus.
Yeah.
Darth Magus.
Or Move Stallion. Move Stallion. Like Moff Gideon, Moff Stallion. Because
Okay.
Moff is a
Good
title.
Lord.
Moff
Ricard,
Stallion.
do you have anything to say before we head out, sir?
I can't right now because we done made ATL the Star Wars like
No, P Valley. We call
Oh,
it
God.
Stardust Valley.
Oh, God.
Stardust
He's on
Valley.
one
At the
tonight.
Stardust. I'm going
He
to the
really
Stardust.
is. He really
They
is.
called it Project Stardust. We move all our money to Project Stardust because we got a club then clothing clan the club Tantus. We got to move the club Stardust. They said it. I didn't say it.
Megan Thee Stallion
Lord have
Darth
mercy.
Twerkums.
Mrs.
You
Core, do you
about
have
to, I mean,
do you have
he is
anything
out
to
here
say?
making the real house Jedis of the rebellion.
Got that big droid energy. That big droid energy.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my
Wow. Listen,
God.
Randy, I did not see the memo. Listen, if we gonna just do the show on edibles, you gotta let me know. Like
I didn't see
because Chuck is on one right now. Like he's on.
Ain't nobody like me. I ain't no clone.
Listen,
Oh my God.
you only
You're
supposed to
making
do
me do it
one
right.
edible, not the whole bag, sir. You listen. Wow, he is
Oh
out
my
here.
gosh.
Courtney, you got anything to say before we head out, man?
Big
No.
droid energy. That's a t-shirt.
Oh my god.
It's a dope one.
I don't.
Having the big
I
droids on
Oh
your
God,
t-shirt.
I
I
don't. I don't.
don't
BDE.
I
know.
don't
I
even want to
don't
ask, but I got
know.
to. Chuck, do
No,
you
the
have anything to
BFL
say
though. That's the one.
before
BFL,
we head
baby.
out? You got anything to say before we head out, Chuck?
No, no. I'm just trying to come with that big droid energy tomorrow.
So Benji's, you
Yeah,
are
the
in
B has to
for a
stand for
treat.
BACTA. The
Yeah.
BACTA force.
Yeah, girl, take a bath in my bath the tank.
We are doing back-to-back episodes. You heard us here talk about the Bad Batch. Well, tomorrow we'll be right back here at the same geek time, same geek channel, and we're going to review Tales of the Empire. So we would love for you guys to come back and join us again. This is Star Wars Week. May the 4th for Saturday, so we'll do Star Wars Week. 2 shows devoted to Star Wars for BingeWorthy. So come back and join us. We appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Digital Click for making our advertising and taking care of our marketing needs. If you are considering marketing expertise or advertising expertise, then reach out to Digital Click. We also want to give a shout out to Rodney. Rodney is our technical director. He handles the transitions and puts the overlays behind us. He keeps us looking good. So shouts out to him. As I love to say every week, the Geekish Network, we are the premier BIPOC channel, Black, Indigenous people of color. And we've got amazing talent here. We've got talent in front of the camera, behind the camera, writers, directors, creatives, and we do this for people who look like you. So we want you to support us. Start by tomorrow night, coming back and watching Geek Beast. Then again, following Geek Beast, we're going to go right into Bingeworthy, talking about Tales from the Empire. We will see you guys then. Peace.
Thought they could have ended the episode like Hunter and Crosshair. Could have said, it could have ended with Drake's not like
Rodney,
us.
shut us down.
Yeah,
Shut us down,
Hemlock is
Rodney.
not like us.
May the force be with you.
He's not like us.
BFL, baby.